how you
appreciate it.
doing? How are you?
I'm good. I'm essential, so I've been working through this whole thing, but
You ain't the only one. Me and you
I
both.
know.
Me and you both. Like, lucky it's Tuesday, so it's still my day off. But yes,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Is that why you picked today?
Huh?
I said, is that why you picked Tuesdays for your test?
Exactly. It's convenient. It's a lot convenient. So, we frozen. Yeah. You there? Okay. Yeah. Monday, Tuesdays are like the most convenient days out of the week. So, uh,
and
it makes sense, with the circumstances. So.
right.
But yeah, plus if I could do it early in the day around anybody's schedule, it works,
Right.
So especially right now, it's a 50-50. Some people are at home, some people are at work. So,
Right. That's true.
it's a gamble. You don't know. So, but I try to make do if it's something like during the week, like, because I get out of work usually at 9:30. So I could do
Right.
like around 10, I did that with Night Mage. We did something after 10 o'clock. It was cool. It was still
Right.
great. Shout out to
Yeah.
Night Mage. But
Yeah.
when I started this power chat, I knew there was a list of people I needed to get on here. And I knew, out of everyone, I had to get you on here,
Oh,
especially. This power chat is circled around, cosplayers and mostly Ranger cosplayers,
right.
just to be in the community wise and everything. And, I had to get you on here.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I felt the same way when I was doing my breast cancer fundraiser. I'm like, I have to get Parker to do something. I just have to. So I understand.
Oh yeah, for one fellow ranger to another, especially, I think the first time we met, and the only time we got to meet each other first,
right?
Was at Kineticon.
Yep.
I forgot, maybe a few years ago. I think I was doing Thor at the time.
Yep, you sure was.
I think I was, yeah. So that was the first time we met, and then we kept in contact since then.
Yep.
And and it's funny how it's a small world because know the people that I've always wanted to see and meet in person too as other cosplayers. It's like it's a small world. Like, oh, she knows Eric Moran. That's my idol. How is she? This is crazy. It's a small world.
We need to get you to Philly.
Yo, I that was on my list. Honestly, that was on my list for 2020. For shows to do, and that was one of them because I remember maybe like before the summer started, I had a list of cons I wanted to go, and I gave it to my supervisor. Hey, these are the days I want off. But then something, whether whatever happened, I couldn't make them.
Yeah.
But this year was like I'm determined. I'm gonna go this year. And then this happened,
I know. Corona jacked all up. Well, maybe by November, by Ranger Station, you can come down.
Oh, yeah, because I did the drive to go to Virginia. So I'm like, okay, Philly's right there. I could do that. That's shorter. I could do that drive.
It's only 3 hours because I drove up to Terrific Con.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could do that. I could easily do that. Yeah. So hopefully that Ranger Station is still intact by then. I'm hoping. But nevertheless, we got you here on the show. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
I just want to say what made you, the first one was like, what got you into doing cosplay? What's your motives? Like, what somebody told you, or like, what was it?
I'm sorry. Just my love for characters in general. Like, I always knew I wanted to dress up as Storm and Chitara as soon as I had the money to do it.
Right.
So when I was able to go to my first con, which was 2011 Wizard World, I was like, I gotta do Storm. I just wanted to. It was so cheaply done, but I loved it, and it was the best I could do at the time. Thank you, Ron. I'm sorry. And Parker, you got a question in the comments.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Your favorite Ranger, Parker. Black Ranger, Zach.
I could have guessed.
That's like the go-to. That's the go-to. You know, because that's what it is right there. Jamila is great. Yes, she is. See? What's going on, everybody in the chat?
Yes, hello. Thanks all of the 2 people that wanted to talk to me. But,
so yeah,
so that was my motivation. I grew up reading comics and Saturday morning cartoons, and I wanted to dress up as everybody I love. My list is still going from childhood because I always add the newer spin, you know. So I still have some characters I haven't touched from my 80s baby life, and then I still have some new ones. Like I'm doing my next cosplay will be Firestar. From Amazing Friends. I keep saying the wrong thing.
As soon as you said Firestar, I already knew who exactly you were talking about. Like, you know, Spider-Man Amazing Friends. Yes, I already knew. Wow, that's dope.
Hi, Dan. Thanks.
What's going on? Danny, what's going on?
I'm teaming up with Subway Spidey for that one. He actually requested that one, and I'm like, I like Firestar. I could do that one. Yeah, so.
How is the sewing and all that to that? Like, what? Because I've seen a lot of what you've done, and I was like, she had to, like, you know, do this on her own. And how many? What's the hours, the pain, sweat, and tears, like the Band-Aids? I know you had to stick yourself a couple of times with a needle or something, like.
Well, I have an ER incident. That was the only one time where I really badly cut myself, but that was making a prop, and it was right before RetroCon. I was getting stitches at like 2 a.m, but I have stuck myself sewing.
Yeah.
And I don't never worry about my finger. It's like, oh my God, did I get blood on my costume? I have to wear it in 5 hours. Like, but luckily, and it was white. Every time I cut myself, it's something light. It's always white or yellow or something like. But yeah. So sewing, it depends. So people laugh at me. I'm known for staying up the night before to finish a costume just because I got so much going on. Out the wazoo, but I'm hoping to get on point with Corona. It makes no sense that I should be up the night before a con so on a cosplay. I should be banging them out now and not. But it's for a bodysuit. When I first started, it took a couple days for a bodysuit because I didn't know it as well. But now I could cut out a bodysuit one day, like after work, and then sew it the next day after work.
Really?
So. Wow. It's about a half a day each. So about a total, a whole day to do a bodysuit. That's just basic though. Not one that has to have like a lot of design or something to it. But so if a design is on there, it might be 2 more days, depending on how much of a design is on the body.
Is there a template that you use for the
Yeah, I use, I wish I had the pattern out, but it's a McCall's pattern. I can send you a picture of it later. But yeah, and they have. That's just a basic bodysuit. But Yaya Han has some for men and women. I like this bodysuit pattern because it's only 5 pieces. So it's really easy. And I can alter it any way I want quickly. It's just 1 front piece, 2 back pieces, and 2 arm pieces. So it's really easy. Where the other bodysuit patterns have a lot more pieces.
Right.
But they make it easier to make something like Rogue that's 2-tone. Like if you need yellow in the middle and green on the sides or something like that, those are the kind of patterns you would use for something like that.
Nice. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Like I only could sew just to save my life if it's something like something. I should have paid more attention to home ec when I was in school, when I was in middle school, because that's the only time I had it. But I feel like if I would have known now. If I would have known back then to do it now, like I would have been like, let me teach me everything about a sewing kit, because I mean, like who would have known? You don't think in later on in the future that hey, I'm gonna dress up as a superhero from time to time,
right? Exactly.
When you're getting up to that age, like, well, I guess I gotta throw this away. I can't do this anymore. I'm grown. And then when you get to being a grown up, you're like, I don't like being a grown up no more. You're like, let me tell you.
I always say, well, I say we couldn't be a kid until you're an adult. Like you didn't have enough money to be a kid until you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy the toys you want. You can't. So I'm like, I am being an adult because I'm being the kid that I earned to be. Like I worked hard to be this big kid, and I'm going to be this big kid.
That's a perfect analogy right there. That is perfect. Yes, like we didn't. Like we couldn't.
Right.
We couldn't buy the things that we wanted when we was a kid and everything. Trust me, I know. So you get it now, like, oh, always wanted this when I was a kid. Now you do it.
Right.
You buy it.
Exactly. Yeah. I went to many cons looking for a toy I had when I was little, but when I was little, I played with it half to death. But it was a die-cast metal Voltron. I was like, I'm going to find me another die-cast metal Voltron. You know what? And I did.
So you never had it, or did you have it?
I do have it now, but it took me like 2 years of con searching, but I found it.
You know what? It's funny because I had that die-cast metal Voltron when I was a kid, and I loved it to death. And I remember it fell on my foot one time. That thing hurt. But
right?
Oh my god! Because you put them all together, and it's just like it's even more heavy. It's like at least 5 pounds together all together.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
But it fell, and it fell on my foot, and I'll never forget the pain it had. But I'm like, why would they make such a hard piece of plastic? It's like, this hurts. But I didn't understand that was a collector's thing too.
Yeah.
But I thought it was nice and shiny. But I grew up and thinking, oh, I'm a kid. I'm not a kid no more. And I gave it to my little brother at the time, and then he just destroyed it. So now I'm trying to retcon it back to get that Voltron that you're talking about. But now it's so much more. It's cost so much more now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you realize how much die-cast metal back in the day was a big deal. You know, because they don't die-cast no more.
Nope.
You just don't.
Now they some of the metal figures, but not most stuff.
Yeah, true. Oh dang! Now I'm about to go back to eBay and try to look for it again. So like now, when it comes to Power Rangers, like. How old were you when you started? Was it right off the bat, or like did you see it and loved it, or when Power Rangers started for you?
I was in middle school and I watched it right off the bat. Like I was one of the ones that saw the Fox Kids special at night, like when they did those, and so I've been watching it since it came on Fox from day one. I was one of the ones who I begged my mom to take me to the Ranger tour, but we was poor. So she was like, girl, I don't got no money to try to go to the Ranger tour. So she bought me one of the Tommy's VHSs that teach you karate at home.
Oh.
That was my tour. That was my tour. But no, I've loved it since day one.
Which one did you have? Which one?
I had the White Ranger Kata.
I had that one, right? But I gave it to a good friend of mine, and I was like, because he was a big, heavy White Ranger, Tommy fan, and still is. And I was like, you know what? Here's a gift. You can have this. Like I was like, you, because I used it up a lot, But I was karate, but he loved the White Ranger. I just like, you know what? Here you go. Here's a gift. You can take it. You can have it because I don't have any use for it. And it was VHS, so.
Exactly.
But I still have my other VHS of Power Rangers though. But I still like when I moved, I like okay, I can't take all these VHSs. I don't have a VCR, but I will take these Power Rangers and a few other.
Right.
I have to. Some Disney movies, all that, but I have to. So yes, I definitely understand. Oh man, those are days. So you can't get that. Like you can't get those tapes no more. Like
I know they are just so classic.
So you was an OG Ranger fan.
Yep.
You didn't show up like after a few years later. Okay, I got you. And your favorite Ranger. I already know this, but for others who don't know, favorite Ranger.
Well, actually, so Trini. And the Green Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, both Trini and Aisha, and the Green Ranger actually tied for first for me for my favorite Rangers. But I leaned towards the Yellow when I was picking the cosplay because Karen Ashley was going to be at the con that I was going to debut my Ninjetti. So I was like, I have to go with the Yellow.
She is so.
Say it again.
She's super nice.
Oh, I love Karen. She's amazing.
She is super nice. Every time I've met her. It's just she's just super cool, super chilled. But that was a great fit for you. And I believe you did the Yellow Ranger with the Green Ranger shield, right? Didn't you do that?
Yeah. So that was fusing my two favorite.
Yep.
And JDF said he thinks I was the first yellow that he saw with the shield, so that made me happy.
You are, because I haven't seen any iterations with a yellow ranger with the shield. I've seen the black, blue, but I've never seen the yellow one. So you were the first. So just in case anybody out there who's watching this, whatever, she was the first one. Lady J Cosplay was the first yellow ranger with the shield, with the dragon shield. Let that be known. Yeah. She was the first. Just in case anybody else trying to come after her and say they're the original. You know, this is proof. You know, and you did that. You did the Nagetti.
Yep.
You made the Nagetti yourself?
Yeah, I made the Nagetti myself. That was like my third costume I ever made. So I actually want to do some upgrades on it, but yeah, I made that the 100% myself, except for the coin.
Yeah,
I ordered the coin off eBay.
Yeah, I know.
But other than that,
yeah, I got that. I got the same coin for where you got it from too.
Oh yeah.
But the Nagetti was pretty cool because everyone loved the Nagetti. We all
right.
Nagetti. But I was surprised that you said that you made it. I'm like, because it came out really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it came out really good. I remember I did it, and I was hoping for the best when I got my suit, and I bought it from whatever defunct website it is now. But it just wasn't as comfortable that I wanted to be at the same time. So it was a lot of like pulling up the pants and all this. It was just horrible, you know. But you know, I wore because at the time I think Walter Jones was at Connecticut. So I wanted to wear it at that time.
Right.
So uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable.
You probably should add some Velcro to the pants, to the shirt. That way you could Velcro it together underneath the belt.
That would be a great idea back then if I would have known that. Because I just didn't know. I was such a noob at the whole thing. So, you know, I was still learning. I didn't understand who to go to with the right, you know, sizing and all that. Like,
but do you have it still?
No, you know what? I don't. Like, when I moved, I just like, you know what? I'm going to just let this go. I feel like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it over, but do it the right way. Like, you know, get somebody else to do it better or something. It just never felt right. And I like to be, you know, particular with it and the thing. Yeah. So I would definitely want to do it over again. So, yeah. But, okay, so in doing Power Rangers and stuff, you've been doing a lot of charity.
Yes.
A lot of folks probably don't know. And what you were saying, you stated a little bit earlier. How did you find yourself into all that? Like getting yourself involved, you know, with the cosplay world and everything.
Well, so when I was going to cons and stuff, I met a couple people, and Kevin D Cosplay is the first person who actually invited me to a charity event and said, you know, do you guys want to dress up in your Avengers costume and I'm gonna be Captain America? Come join me. So we did, and I was hooked ever since. Like the kids' faces at my first con, the kids' faces lit up, and I was like, I have to find a way to do this more for the kids. Like I love it for myself, and their joy makes me love it more. So I'm like, whatever I can do to, especially for kids charities. So that's how it all started, and that's why we ended up starting the Philadelphia Avengers, because it kept happening. Like our Thor ended up getting invited to a hospital and was like, y'all come with me. So we just kept inviting each other out to different charities, and we was like, y'all want to make it official? Like we could just do an official thing, and that ended up making it official. And we got more charities, which was great. I will never wear the Yellow Ranger out in the sun at a charity again anymore, though, because I know that helmet will kill you. I've done it twice, and I'm like, it kills me. Maybe the Nagetti, but not the full-on Ranger.
The Nagetti is like a linen suit for the sun.
Yeah.
Like you gotta okay, I'm about to switch it up because this is not gonna work. Like I've talked to everyone before on Power Chat. We talked about how, you know, especially with the sun out and the helmet is on, how brutal it gets inside that helmet. Like you're waiting for the cool air to hit you when you go inside somewhere. That's the only thing that's really cool. That's one of the good things about wearing spandex is when you get that cool air, you feel it. You feel it.
Exactly.
But it is protecting you somewhat when you're outside, but it's not protecting you on the inside because you have the underhood and then you have the helmet. Like, it's definitely a hard situation. But you do because you love it.
Yep.
So how I just want to know, how awesome is it to see those kids' faces when you step out and you're whatever the cosplay that you're doing, but still it's like they see you and their faces just light up. You know, how awesome is that?
It's hard to describe. It's like, you know, if you say 1 to 10, it's like 100. Like, the kids are just so amazing, and it doesn't matter how bad you look to the kids or how off the screen you look, you know, whatever. They just walk up to you and they just love you for you. Like, I'm African American. I've had people believe, the kids believe I'm Miss Incredible. I'm Batgirl. Like, they don't see color. They just see you, and that makes it even more special. Like, I had a little girl run up to me and say, "I have your action figure." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Like, you know, like, they're great. Even though in my MMPR, I had a little boy come up and say, "You're like the Power Rangers my dad used to watch." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, without us, the other Power Rangers wouldn't exist. I said, we gave them their power. And he was like, "Oh, that's so cool." That's when I became cool. But at first I was the old. He was like, "You the old." I was great. I was like, "Yo, little kid." But they're great. Like, you do get a few like them, you know, but they're awesome too. They still, because they laugh and they make your day.
That is awesome. That is basically, like, that's why we all do it. Once you do it and you see those kids' faces, you want to keep going and do it, because just like, see those kids' faces, and like you said, they don't see color. Like,
no.
The thing about children is that they don't look at you and say, you're not the right color tone for Missing, Mrs. Possible, or the Yellow Ranger, or Rogue, or whatever. They just see you as the character in their presence. Like, you're that person. You're from comic to cartoon to life. They don't see color. And that's the beautiful thing that I feel like, how do we lose that? How do some people that when they get older and they're like, "Oh, that's not accurate. Rogue is not black. The Black Ranger is," it's like, but kids, they don't care. They see that and that's it. They don't even care if you're not even the actual person, the actor.
No.
They see the costume. Like, that's it. I'm good.
Exactly.
It's like that. What is like the Barney effect? I feel like when you see Barney, that's Barney. No matter if that's not the real person from the TV show. That is Barney for them, you know. But you feel all that positive energy, and they give you that. It's such a great feeling. It's such a great feeling.
It is.
Anybody, you want to get high, put on a costume and go see some kids.
And they help you maintain your character. Like, I love being in character. I don't just put on the costume to put it on and walk around. Like, I like to pretend I'm who I'm supposed to be, you know. And so the kids really help you remember to pretend to be who you supposed to be. And that's a good practice too.
Exactly.
Hey, yes.
Who's that? What we got? Oh, we got a few people here. Jeez. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Let me see what I have here. So how is it to balance the real world? You know, because we got to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, we got to deal with it, and doing the cosplay and everything. Because am I right? You're in forensics or something like that? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I'm a forensic DNA analyst.
That's freaking cool.
Thank you.
You know, they show TV shows and they show like the forensic analysts and everything. Now they make it so bigger than life, on TV.
Yeah.
No,
it's nowhere near as glamorous.
Like, how true to that is it, though? I mean,
so I guess Law and Order is a little more truthful than something like CSI, because CSI had the analysts going out and being officers too. Like, most states, if you're like the DNA analyst, you're not going out and arresting the bad guys. For most states, you're not doing the same thing.
Okay.
Like, the one job of CSI on TV is like 6 people in real life. Like, you usually have a fingerprint expert, a DNA expert, a chemist for drugs, like a cop, and then a crime scene person who's collecting all the evidence and bringing it back to the lab. So it's usually not one person who's going out and doing everything. And the other main thing for the DNA part Like when they put the DNA in and it pops up with the person's face, address, and you run out and arrest them. No, we get a number matches a number. We don't even know. Like if it's a local hit, then we know who it is. But if it's a hit from like the state has to send us the information down. Then we send it to the police. Like we don't get a name and a face and the address. It's just a number hitting a number. So that's another big difference. And the time frame, it does not take as short a time as they say.
So you mean if without commercials, it doesn't take about 45 minutes?
I wish it took maybe just the last step takes 45 minutes after you put it on the instrument, but that's about it. But if we stay like overnight to do a case, like say it's a crazy serial killer out there and we got evidence and they're like, can you stay and process this all the way through? The fastest we could probably do it, depending on how many samples, is like 2 days. Because not only do we have to test the evidence and write up a report and do all the analysis and stuff, it has to be reviewed by a peer, and they have to agree with our findings before we can release it.
Oh, so yeah.
So all that.
Do that and then catch the bad guy right away, huh?
Right.
Wow. They be lying. The TV be lying.
Yeah.
They be.
It has happened where, like I said, it was a serial, like, it was a guy strangling people and they did get him off the street because of the, but it was a combination of a thing. Like they were doing their detective work and we just happened to get the DNA from who they thought it was and it was him, you know, and we did that in like 2 days. But it's never a one person, like, I mean, they usually have more than one person, a team, but like, it's not like as simple as they say, but nothing ever is as simple as.
So you're actually not just for you know, for cosplay purposes. You also, you know, are, you know, not just a hero for cosplay. You also, you know, in charities, you're doing the hero work behind the scenes too. You know, for, you know, to make sure everybody's safe. So that's even better. Like, geez, like, can you pick which one? Like
no, have it all.
How you
don't have to pick
superhero work in the real world, in the cosplay, like, you know, you do both. Like you are doing, you're pretty much got the superhero, you know, identity thing and the superhero thing and the secret identity, you know. Like, So you're doing them. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Actually thinking about it. That
I only do it opposite, I guess, though. My real job is the secret identity because half of the people don't know what I do in the superhero. The cosplay part is out there in the open, I guess.
So have you had any of your coworkers? Oh, who's that?
Yeah, my coworkers know. One of my cosplay sisters joined. And hello to everybody who's joined. I'm sorry if I don't know you and probably know you, but I appreciate it. So my work friends, my really close DNA friends in the lab, they know what I do. I've only been in cosplay at work once. Well, in full cosplay at work once. I've done I did a Star Trek one because I could get away with it at Halloween because of the actual dress. Because we're not supposed to dress up for Halloween. So I was like, they can't tell me I can't wear a dress and boots. So I snuck and did one.
I think you showed a picture. I think you did like the Flash with the coat.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about holy crap, forensics, like Barry Allen, forensics. Oh man, like that's perfect. That's perfect. Like you're killing it. But I think that's to be a minority, one, to be a Black woman, and to do what you're doing for just cosplay stuff, for, you know, charities and doing all that great work, and so also in the real world. Besides all that, you're doing the great work in doing, you know, being a forensics person. Like, what's the right title for that? I'm trying to get the right.
Well, it's different aspects in forensics. So mine specifically is a forensic DNA analyst.
Okay, so a forensic DNA analyst.
Yeah.
Like you getting all these, you know, you hit all the right marks right now, and you know, and it's like such a great role model for young women, especially young Black women. Like, you know, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do something like this, because I have nieces, and you know, I don't want them to show. I just always wanted to show. I have nieces and nephew, but I always wanted to show the girls that, you know, besides what the negative stuff people are doing or what they see out there, there's other stuff you can do. You have choices. You have options. And cases like this, like, yeah, this is what you do for fun, for, and, with cosplay and everything, but you also doing, stuff for your community, but also this is what you do for work. And that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal for, like, other little girls to see, especially, like, little black girls to see a black woman like yourself who's doing a forensics DNA analyst. Like, that's dope. And not everybody will think, oh, that's a job, that's a career choice I could do other than this, and this. Like, you could do more. You could do other things.
Yeah.
You could step out the box.
True.
And you're doing that. And that's, I thank you for that, because this is something I got my nieces, can look at. They're like, hey, look what Uncle DJ did. Check this interview out. Look what she's doing for that. This is dope. I really like this. I like that a lot. Whatever.
You're going to have me turning red. I think you're going to have me turning red from blushing. Thank you.
No, but it's really dope. I really think that's dope. And this is why one of the things I wanted to do for this show is to talk to other cosplayers to see what they do from day to day, and not just in the cosplay world, like, just to get, like, a little bird's eye view, whatever, of just a little taste, because we just see stuff online and everything else, and see the dope cosplays, but you never really get to see or know what the person is like behind all that. Yeah, and know that you do that for a living. That's really dope. That is really dope.
Well, it's cool what you do to bring us all to the forefront, because I don't do enough videos myself. I have to get used to being in front of the camera. I was old school. I love reading books. I like writing it out. But now the era is videos, and I'm like, Jam, you got to get hip to the game, So I'm trying to do more, videos and be in the forefront, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with them yet. So we'll see. But so when you said I'm like, all right, for my Parker, I gotta get over the video thing.
I know sometimes people don't like to do videos. It's funny because I've noticed we don't mind do the pictures because it's just a picture. But when it's doing the live, it's like, okay, so now you open a window to the real person. So, I always so gracious that everyone so far that has come on, like yourself, has been able to do that, set some time away just to, do the show. And it's just, I think it's just important just to take this time and use it wisely that we have right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's so much negative stuff out there. And I just want to put a little positive light, a little bit that people can see and, like, know a little bit of something about this person, and maybe they'll follow you and whoever, and just want to keep going or get inspired by the situation too. Jamila, Lady J Cosplay, she's forensics. That's cool. She does this. She does charities. Maybe I should do something. Maybe I should look into that. But, it is like a domino effect. You just never know. He's going. So how do you?
That's like.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, I always like being a plus size cosplayer too. I started doing. I'm sorry, a panel on, like, cos positivity and just, loving your own skin and anti-bullying, just a bunch of things in one. But if I only reached one person, I'm like, that panel was worth it, because I helped one. Like, I had one person come back and say, you helped me put on my first cosplay because I thought I was too big, or I thought I was too skinny, or, like anything that they were thinking that any reason, height, color, weight. And they said I helped them know that it was okay. And for me, that's like everything, and I always try to tell people that I'm also a safe space. If anybody bullies you, come to my page, message me. We need to talk. If you want to work it out, let me know. And I try not to feed into the bullies, but I will show examples to help other people. Like, this is how I handle this. I don't get it a lot, but the most I would get is usually fat, if anything. And it's usually a ranger. Like, they'll joke and be like, oh, Rita made the rangers grow or whatever. And I'm like, you're so non-creative. Like, come better than that. If you're going to come better. But like I said, if I can reach one person, then I can. And I told them, said, as many people as you see, like, most people wear something under their spandex suits. Mm-hmm. Most people. I'm not as luxury. Like I wear it because yellow, usually see-through. So I have like this little black bathing suit looking one, but it's not a spank that actually holds you in,
right,
because I have medical conditions where if I'm sucked in like that, the pain that's in my abdomen will intensify. So
wow.
I'm like, I don't get to wear the corsets to make myself look skinnier in the picture if I wanted to, or not. And the medical issues affects my weight too. So even if I'm doing everything I possibly can, I could not to gain weight, I could still gain weight because of the medicine or because of the issue itself. So I'm like, you can't let it stop you from doing something you love. And I love cosplay. So I'm like, I'm going to put on my spandex one way or another. And my weight can change overnight too. One day I tried on a suit. It was a Spider-Girl suit. It was great. The next morning, it looked like Peter knocked up Mary Jane, like I was 3 months pregnant. And I was like, you know what? Peter just knocked up Mary Jane and I'm rolling out.
Having a spider, that's all.
Yeah, we're our own worst critic though, because not one person said that. Nobody noticed or didn't bring it to my attention, and everybody loved it. So I was like, if I didn't wear it, I would have gypped myself out of that experience of being Spider Girl. And I love Spider. I did Mary. It's in the comic where Mary Jane put on the suit. It looks like Ben. Shoot, why am I having a brain fart? The clone of Peter, Ben. What's Scarlet? Scarlet Spider. He turns into. Yeah. Well, that suit is what Mary Jane had threw on. So, but anyway, my comic nerd and my memory, my old age is coming back. Both. But yeah. So it's just very important for me to make sure that I maintain the positivity for the others who need it as most. And there are days when I'm depressed and I'm down. That's why videos are also hard for me too, because in cosplay I'm all for video, but for Jamila or Lady J, I'm not necessarily down for the videos yet. But I want to. They hurt too much, I say, going out looking pregnant. You so silly, Mara. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Let's go. That's good. What is it? Big Mama Diva 25. Okay. G.I. Joe going on. What do we got? Spring Wolf. Hey, Gabriel, my boy Gabriel's in the house. Okay.
Oh, no, I can't see Gabriel. Does it only show? I don't know.
Lions Den, that's his name on here, Gabriel. Have Blood. What we got? The Paul 3P. Everyone who's watching or seeing this whenever, because I will post this on YouTube too as well.
Thank you.
I feel like there's so many people out there who likes to give other people a bad day or try to, just because they feel some type of way for their day.
Exactly.
And I've learned over the years doing cosplay, because you have to get over it sometimes, like just go roll with the punches with it, because it's always going to be people like that. But that's why I love the cosplay community, or just going to conventions, because you still will get more majority of happier people that's going to say some positive things to you instead of negative. You might get maybe one out of the hundreds of people that's there that wants to be a jerk.
And you find more people in your fandom. Like, you could be in some obscure cosplay you think nobody's going to recognize you in, and then find 10 people in that same universe, and you're like friends, and you don't even know them, but now they're instant friends because you all guys have that same fandom. That's the one wonderful thing about cons.
It's like my brother, my boy Matthew. He had hit me up. No, actually, it was Brian. I had on the show, Brian Elliott. He hit me on a message saying, "Dude, you got to check this this picture thing out. This comment's going crazy." I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I go and see if our buddy Matthew posted a picture of us from last year from ConnectiCon when we all did the Power Ranger shoot.
Oh my!
And everyone is like commenting. Now this is about a year old now. I feel like it's about so. It's feel like it's like it just was done yesterday, but everyone's commenting, and you have some people are like saying things more about my suit, not as a bad suit or he's big or whatever, but it was like maybe one or two that's saying But then I'm seeing the other folks attacking those people that was like the bully. Going at them. Like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Exactly.
Like I sat there and I just feel like the whole night just kept watching this as much, you know, I'm comment here and there, say thanks or whatever. But you have some folks that just like to give people a bad day. Just want to make people feel bad about doing something that they always wanted to do, something that they always loved, and just like since they can't do it, I guess they just want to be like, you know, I'm gonna ruin their day. But those
or because they're miserable. They don't like themselves, they don't like their lives, so they want to spread their misery to others.
But it's
I'm like,
I want to say negative things behind the keyboard. And
oh yeah, they wouldn't say to your face. Never.
No, and you know what? You never will see. And then it's funny because I don't know why it still happens, but that person will always have a picture that's not even a real picture of them. It will be.
Yeah. It's always a common picture or something else. And exactly.
But it's
so those people, I call out on their cowardness. Okay. I'd be like, you're key. I said, you so brave behind the screen with a fake picture, and you want to talk about somebody who's brave enough to put on their costume and enjoy their time because you're too sad to even show who you are on Facebook.
But you never know who you will inspire, because just by you doing the Mary Jane, just by you doing the Yellow Ranger, or Flash, or countless others that you have done, because you've done a lot. Count. you hold on.
Hi.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Just by you doing those, you are inspiring others that you may not know until they say something to you or they meet you that you've done this. Just by you taking that chance, you're doing something for them that they might, okay, Lady J Cosplay did this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. You know, like that's what Eric Moraine did for me when I saw him do the Black Ranger. I'm like, all right, he did that. I'm going to try it. You know, I'm gonna work myself up to it. If we get to it, and you know, so it's one of those. And then like you have people that will come to you now and be like, "Dude, you inspired me to do this. I didn't think I was going to, but I saw what you did." And that is just a full circle type of thing. I feel like it keeps going.
Yeah, because like you said, I've been inspired by so many other cosplayers. I still am to this day. In the very beginning, though, I couldn't even talk to some cosplayers who I was so inspired by, like celebs, you know. And I'm like, I just. But when I respect somebody so much, it's hard. I get tongue tied sometimes. Well, I used to. I'm better at that now. But in the very beginning of things, I was. But it's good to, like you said, keep it going full circle. And those people motivate me even more. Like last year, I almost burnt out because, like you said, I'm a DNA analyst. I run the Philadelphia Avengers charity group. I was part of the Philadelphia Power Rangers. I do my own shop and my own solo events, and I do my own solo charity endeavors. Like the Philly Avengers is 100% kids friendly, nothing crazy. I do the pin up for charity for Lady J solely, separately, and I work overtime, and I have family that I help and take care of, and I was just doing so much for everybody. Like every weekend was packed, and that's why I was up late at night making these new costumes and doing everything. So, but to hear people who say, I can't, you know, you guys motivate me. I love the Philly Avengers. I love what y'all do. Or, you know, Lady J, I saw you put on this costume and I never thought I would see somebody, you know, plus size or do. And I do any character, period. I love male, female. I don't care the race. I don't care the size. I don't care if you're an alien. I don't care if you're human. If I like you, I'm going to do it. Right. And I mean, that's how it should be. And, and so if you do it, because cosplay costs too much money. I always say, if you don't do it because you love it, don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money. And if you don't love it, you shouldn't be doing it.
You definitely have to have a love for cosplay because it will hit your pockets. It will hit your pockets.
Yes.
If you don't do it the right way, like I've learned over the years, like especially my favorite part is making the cosplays, like the building my stuff up. So I'm getting a little piece here and there. But before, I was just thinking, okay, if I want to do it, I'm about to buy the whole suit, buy this.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
You'll go broke doing it if you don't know, right? Yeah. But that's why it's always good to know other cosplayers like yourself, like, or we can feed off of, hey, get advice.
Yeah.
Where did you get this from? How do you make this? Or how do you how do you sew? How do you use foam? Instead of going to someone and have them make it, and you have to pay them so much money. It's good to have that community there that will help you, you know, and help each other do it. That's the thing about it.
Yeah. Cost and my size was two of the main reasons I learned to sew. My grandma and my mom showed me stuff when I was really, really little. I hadn't seen in like 20 something years. And so I went on YouTube. Like, I knew the basics, but I went on YouTube for some other things. And I was like, cause I don't have the money and the stuff I'm buying isn't fitting me right anyway. I'm like, then I got to alter it some way anyway. So I'm like, I might as well just learn how to make them. I still want to learn how to do foam. I can do little things, but not like big, like the Shang Li, the shield Shang Li. I had to get help with that. I did learn while we were doing it. They was like, learn how to do it so you can do it. But it was a labor of love, and I wanted to learn too, so I can do more on my own and not. But there is some prop makers who know the struggle, and they will not boost the price ridiculously. Right. You know, you want to pay people for their time and their money, but you want it to be fair, and you want to be able to be repeat customers. And there's some out there that I promote or that I use like that. But yeah, it's like, I was like, I can't afford to do all the costumes I want if I don't start making them myself. And that was motivation.
That the like, I'm learning now because I'm trying to do Gears of War. And it wasn't even something I was going to do in my original plans, but my boy Daniel, he mentioned it to me, and I love Gears of War, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that makes I should do it. It was just like, I'm gonna do it, but it's just like, okay, I have to do foam. I might have to learn how to use foam. And that's the goal right now. Like, I'm hoping to get this thing done with the foam and everything, to do the armor. I'm like, okay, it's simple enough. I could get that part done. So
I think,
yeah, and you know, my all-time favorite products is tape, super glue, and fabric glue, just all that, you know.
Glue.
So now I want to ask you. So, what was your favorite season of Power Rangers?
Well, MMPR, Mighty Morphin.
Okay.
Then my second two are Time Force and Dino Thunder.
Okay, Time Force. I swear it keeps. I think Time Force and Lightspeed gets overlooked a lot. You know. And those are some really good seasons. I love like the soldier aspect of the whole thing with both of them. And they were like young adults. It wasn't like teenager stuff. That was dope.
Exactly.
Dino Thunder, I have a love-hate type of thing with it. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't really love it. I don't know. It's just,
I feel like Dino Thunder brought back the MMPR feel of them. Like when they kind of lost the MMPR feel, and then Dino Thunder. I mean, plus you bring it back Tommy, but you know, it kind of gave that Angel Grove High feeling again.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it when Tommy became the Black Ranger in the show.
Yeah,
and that's when I really like. All right, this is picked up. All right, hold on. You know, I was in. I was confused at first, but I'm like, okay. I feel like they've done a great job now in masking that is taped in New Zealand, because that I loved a lot of Hercules, Xena, and Cleopatra. But Cleopatra 2525 was one of my favorites.
Yep.
So I know what New Zealand looks like.
Legend of the Seeker. Like, I know.
Like, I'm looking at the forest. I'm like, yo, I know these spots.
Yeah.
This is definitely not on Angel Grove. This ain't no.
Exactly.
So, but I think they've done really good at that. But what do you think of the product now? What do you think of Ranger stuff?
Yeah, so the newer season, my favorite newer season was Dino Charge. I guess I'm a Dino person, and now I like the new Beast Morphers. It's pretty cool, yeah. But so it was a time where I kind of dipped out a couple of the seasons.
Morphers is dope though. What up, Tori?
Yeah, no, they brought me back at Dino Charge. They brought me back.
I'll go back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's dope, and I'm looking to see what happens with the crossover. You know,
yes,
I'm definitely, because I was there. I remember we was at the con when everyone was there, and Austin St. John was there, and we asked him, "Hey, what about? Are you going to be in the crossover?" And he's like, "No." And then like the week later, we see the commercial. He lied. He lied.
Yeah. Or maybe it wasn't signed and sealed yet in black and white. You can't say yes until you got the X's crossed.
Well, I mean, it was already shot already, but he knew he already did.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
They did it months ago. Like, it's, it's already done. Right. It's like, okay, really? Okay. But I know one thing, like, if this stuff was still shot now, I know I would try to, only shot in America, I think I will still try to be hopping on there. Like, let me just walk on.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I would too, right?
maybe that's the reason why they haven't shot it in so many years in California. Right. They know we would. We'll all be there.
When I was at Power Morphin Con and got to go to the command center, I was hyped. Like, I saved up to go to PMC because I knew I really wanted to go to a PMC. I said, even if it's only one in my life, I'm going to go. And I had to go to Disneyland when I was there too, because I was like, I might not ever make it back to California. And it was right next to each other. But the sucky part is our trip to the different locations in LA, our buses got screwed up. So we only ended up going to the command center. But I was like, if that's the one we had to pick, I would have done that. But they were supposed to take us to like the pond where Kimberly and Tommy kissed.
Right.
And it was it was two other spots, and I can't remember. But my friend knew where the alleyway was, where the putties first took Tommy, like had that fight. I was like, I want to go there too, but we didn't get to do that. But we did see the command center. And what was cool is Austin St. John came up to the command center. So you got to be at the command center with Jason. So that was really cool. It was
the
cool.
Set of the command center at the
No. So the command center is a Jewish sanctuary or something, like it's like a yoga.
The actual set. What I'm thinking about at the con, but yes, the main.
No, the outside where you see the actual building, and they don't allow you to go as a tourist. Like, you have to get special permission. So the con gets special permission every year or every 2 years. They get permission, but so you can't just go to LA and be like, oh, I'm gonna go visit the command center. Like, you have to write to get permission. And they don't always respond back, because I wrote when I thought I was going to go an off year. I wrote to try to see if we could go see, and they didn't answer. So you got to be lucky.
I think I remember seeing on Star Trek: The Next Generation, it was on there, and I'm like, wait, that's the command center on Star Trek. But I didn't know that it was a real place. I thought it was just whatever. But I mean, I think everybody wants to go to that spot. Like, they should make little signs to say, yes, Power Ranger was taped here or whatever. It's a little location.
Yeah.
Dang. I'm looking at the time. So let me just shut it down now, because I know we could go on. And
no problem.
I'm looking at the time, and I know how the IG Live, it goes for like an hour, I think. So we started at 5 and it's 7:45.
Okay.
So I know we could go on, but we both want to watch Stargirl. I know that for sure.
Right, yeah, right. Yes, the nerds we are. Yes, thank you.
So far, I'm digging it. I will say real quick, I'm digging the show real quick. I am.
I am too.
I'm liking
it. It was the first show that started off by killing a whole slew of superheroes.
Exactly. And I'm digging. I'm digging this stuff already. I love the staff. I just want to see what's happening. Anything that has a big robot in it, I'm down with it.
Right.
Exactly. Like the Strikes robot, I'm with it. I'm with it all the way.
I agree.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for hopping on Power Chat.
No problem.
And
thanks for having me.
I think I learned some new stuff today about you. That's a good thing. I think a lot of people to learn. Some new things. It's just dope to have you on. Definitely got to do this again.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I said,
and we getting you to the station. You could come in for free if you get your butt down there. We've got to get you in, get you down to Philly.
Well, the station, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay.
I don't know what time it's gonna be, so I'm. I'm going. I'm definitely going.
All right.
I definitely got to be there. I told Eric, next time, whatever the thing is, and over that way, I'm heading over there.
Okay.
But just thank you so much, man, for hopping on and doing this. And yeah, I mean, I got nothing else.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for doing this. I love it, and I appreciate it. Keep going. You're doing good things.
Yes, I gotta have you on when I do like the Zoom meeting thing for like the crossover happens for the Power Ranger crossover thing. Nice. The big anniversary. Awesome. I'm gonna have you on. You gotta be one of those guests in there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Until then,
I will love it.
And we know we'll talk anyways before any whole lot.
Okay, definitely.
But thank you everyone who's watching it YouTube right now or later. This is Jamila right here. Lady J Cosplay. Go follow her. Link in the description will be down below.
Thank you so much.
And I'm way awkward. That's Lady J Cosplay. This is Power Chat. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.